See, you didn't wake up one day and suddenly become weak. You didn't wake up one day and suddenly lose confidence. You were not weak. You were slowly being worn down. What happened to you happened slowly, so slowly that you didn't even know it was happening. And because it was slow, you blamed yourself. See, there are some kinds of pain that don't come from one big moment. No accident, no argument, nothing big happened. No clear breaking point. It's the kind of pain that happens when you are constantly dismissed, talked over, corrected, made to feel like you are too much or not enough at the same time. And over time, something changes inside you. This is what worn down actually looks like. You start explaining yourself more than necessary. You replay conversations in your head, wondering if you said the wrong thing. You hesitate before speaking, not because you don't have thoughts, but because you're tired of being misunderstood. You apologize even when you are hurt, and slowly you stop trusting your own reaction. Not because you are weak, but because your environment trained you to doubt yourself. This shows up in small everyday moments. You want to express how you feel, but you swallow it. You notice something isn't right, but you tell yourself you are overthinking. You are exhausted after conversations, not because you talked too much, but because you had to monitor yourself the entire time. And the hardest part is, from the outside, nobody sees it. But human beings adapt to survive. When speaking up feels unsafe, you learn to be quiet. When being yourself brings criticism, you learn to shrink. And when your emotions are constantly dismissed, you learn to numb them. That's not weakness, that's survival. And because there was no obvious injury, no visible scar, you told yourself, maybe I am just sensitive, maybe I am the problem, maybe I should be stronger. You weren't weak, you were responding to something that requires you to become smaller. If you're listening to this and thinking, I don't recognize myself anymore, or even, I don't know when I started feeling this tired, this is not random. This is what happens when a person has been slowly worn down. Healing doesn't start with fixing yourself, it starts with noticing it. Noticing where you silence yourself, noticing where you doubt your feeling, noticing where you learned to shrink. And you don't have to change everything today. Just start by telling yourself the truth. Nothing was wrong with you. You didn't fail at being strong and courageous. You adapted to something that was silently draining you. You adapted to survive something that was quietly draining you. And awareness is where getting yourself back begins. If this spoke to you, comment, like, subscribe, and stay here.